Fish and Chums!
Hi everybody, Gary Heydrich here for this week's Fish and Chums Fishing Report. Right out here at the old fishing shack. And I tell you what, we got some pretty good news to talk about today. Some fishing taking place. It's supposed to be windy the next 3 or 4 days and a little chillier, but that don't matter. I think you can get out and catch fish if you just want to brave the elements. 40's not bad. Hey, what the heck. All right, Tuffy, what do you think, buddy? You think you've been a good boy to have a Christmas present this year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you bet you have. All right, let's go out to Stockton Lake. Boy, the fishing has really picked up out there the last few days. They've been catching crappie a little bit deeper. I'd say 16, 18, 20, 22 feet of water. But boy, some of the boys have been catching limits off those deep water brush piles. They've been using jigs. Seems like pink with a chartreuse or all white has been paying off. Somebody told me the other day they were using a chartreuse head with a white body. If it's real windy, go to the 1/8 ounce. If not, just go to the 16th ounce. Get over those brush piles. I know you're going to be able to catch some fish out at Stockton this upcoming weekend. Let's go out at Truman Lake. Boy, they're still catching crappie out at Truman. And in fact, this week, this last few days, some of the boys have been limiting out and just having, other people are having a little hard time. But I tell you what, the secret right now, these fish are on the bluffs. These crappie are in their winter homes, and they're traveling up and down these bluffs looking for big balls of shad. So when you go bluff fishing this weekend at Truman, get your electronics and just ease up and down those bluff areas looking for the shad. You find the shad, you're going to catch crappie, I'm sure of this. So once you do find the shad, and just swim some jigs. Pitch it out there, and maybe want to go down 15 to 25 feet of water, kind of vary your colors, just swim it back and you're going to catch them. Some people have been using minnows out there, kind of slow swimming minnows, catching fish as well. But you jig fishermen on the bluffs at Truman have really been catching some nice fish the last few days. And so, boy, it looks good this upcoming weekend. Those fish are on the winter pattern, and when you find them, it can be fun, that's for sure. You want down, Tuffy? Okay, say Merry Christmas, everybody. All right. Okay, Tuffy. Oh, I'm sorry. About lit him on his head. All right, now, also at Truman, some big catfish are being caught. Woo, boy, I'm telling you. Look at Chris. Look at this picture. A monster, another monster catfish being caught. You know, just a little bit ago, I ran onto my great friend, Catfish Rick Ellis, and he's a great catfisherman. I asked Catfish, what are those guys using to catch all those monster catfish out at Truman? This is what Catfish had to say.
Hello, this is Catfish Rick. I was just wanting to let you guys know how the fishing's been going out there and catching them on shad, some big nice shad, and then they're also taking them and they're cutting them into pieces, putting them on hooks and casting them out there, and they are really catching those great big large catfish. And you guys have a Merry Christmas. Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot, Catfish. Boy, that's a great report. Those big shad, that's what you need to use. And man, aren't those big catfish? I think I mentioned it last week. I think Truman's one of the best catfish lakes in this part of the country, no doubt about it. Okay, Truman, now we're going to run over next door at Lake of the Ozarks. Kind of changed a little bit. You know, week after week after week, I've been talking about the crappie being caught up on the shallow banks, 4, 6, 8 feet of water. Well, they moved off deeper now into brush piles. So this weekend, you may want to try getting down around 15, maybe 20 feet of water in the brush piles. Vertically fished jigs. If you're not good with a jig, go to the minnow. Pardon me. So you're going to catch some fish out at the Lake of the Ozarks. Just go a little bit deeper in the deep water brush piles. By the way, they're still catching crappie around the big condo docks, pitching out jigs or minnows, letting it sink, slow rolling it back. That might be a good bet for the upcoming weekend as well. By the way, the bass fishing at Lake of the Ozarks picked up. What they're doing is they're pitching out some umbrella rigs. They're using some crankbaits. It seems like that red and the wiggle warts have been working. And they've been picking up some fish also on jigs. Jig fishing's not bad out there. And back in the big creek arms, get back there and use your electronics. Find those big schools of shad, get your spoons, your slab spoons, and also your grubs. You should be able to catch some fish as well. All right, Bull Shoals, thumbs up over there. Boy, those catching some nice crappie there as well. Wow, that's The crappie fishing has been really picked up this last few days. They're picking them up in the deep water brush piles like some of the other lakes, and it's really increased. There's been some limits of crappie being caught at Bull Shoals. 15, 18, 20 feet of water in the brush piles. Go to Lake Taneycomo. I was out at Lake Taneycomo yesterday. It was pretty out there. Not many people fishing right now. The trout fishing's fair. It's not great, but they've dropped the corb, dropped the lake. And take a look at this picture here. You can see by the shoreline that they've really dropped the lake. But they're running water in the morning hours, just a couple units, and so the drift fishing has been pretty good. Cleo spoons have been working. Also that Berkeley pink power worm, that trout worm, about 4 inches. That's been catching fish for a long time. They're still picking up some fish on that pink power worm. And Berkeley power bait. Seems like the orange and the white, or the combination orange and white drifting it, has been picking up some trout. Speaking of trout, look at this lovely lady. She was fishing the other day, just a few days ago, out of Trout Hollow trout dock. Just fishing right off the dock and picked up this beautiful brown trout. Beautiful lady, beautiful brown trout. I think she released that fish too. Good going there, young lady. All right, let's go over to Table Rock. I was out there this morning. Water temperature 54 degrees this morning. And I'm telling you what, as this big colder weather moves in, it's already moved in when you're watching this show this weekend, that's really going to start dropping that water temperature. All next week is supposed to be pretty cool and windy. And so I wouldn't be surprised here before too long that water temperature is going to be 50 or below. And that's when the crankbait fishing really gets good. The wiggle warts, it seems like the brown crawdad color, the red crawdad colors, working right now. They're not catching great numbers of fish, but they are catching some keepers by using this. Going down the shoreline anywhere 6, 8, 10 feet of water. They're still catching pretty good numbers of bass with your drop shots. They're going out on those long points, long gravel runs, anywhere from 35, 45 to 50 feet of water. Just get out there with your good electronics, find the activities. A lot of these fish are hugging the bottom. Get your favorite drop shot bait down there. Once you hook them, they kind of get stirred up. And I tell you what, when it's real tough, I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, go to the Ned rig. It may sound crazy, but sometimes when they're really in a bad mood, they'll bite that Ned rig. Try this. Okay, also at Table Rock, they've been picking up some fish on brown jigs around some of the deeper docks. And they've been picking up some fish on the bluffs on jig and pig, and also brown jigs, football jigs, and the spinnerbait fishing. Don't overlook that this weekend with this wind. Get out there and slow roll spinnerbaits up the James. I think you can catch some fish by using some spinnerbaits as well. Okay, other than that, I tell you what, it's Christmas week. My golly, I hope you can get out this weekend, sneak out and do a little bit of fishing. And we want to thank you for being with us today. Be sure to share and like. And be sure to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, tell your friends about us. Because we like to talk about all kinds of fish. We have catfish on here talking about catfish. We love to talk about walleye, crappie, bass, smallmouth. You name it, we like to talk about it. So tell your friends about the show and be sure to subscribe. And if you'd like to, we've been getting some people asking questions. Just go to our email. Email us at fishandchums@gmail.com. Watch it when you're throwing your baits out. Look at this young man that his dad couldn't find his spinnerbait. And he said, I think my spinnerbait, I must have threw it in the trees. His son says, no, Dad, I think it's in my eye. So it's an ugly picture. Just shows you, watch out where you're casting. And the other thing, here's my Christmas card to you. Look at old Santa Claus. That's a great Christmas card. God bless you all. Merry Christmas. Talk to you next week. Happy outdoors, everybody. Gary Heidrich here for Fish and Chums.